So YouTube just announced that they're going to be age restricting video games that have a lot of graphic violence, and this sounds like it's going to be really bad for gaming channels.
Yeah, if you're insisting into making a gaming channel, and for example you're playing Battlefield 6, guess what's gonna happen? You're not gonna earn anything out of it.
I made a blog post 2 days ago called YouTube's Strengthened Approach to Online Gambling and Graphic Violence in Gaming. Starting on November 17, 2025, we'll be strengthening enforcement of our community guidelines around online gambling and graphic violence in gaming. This sounds good. Kids on YouTube shouldn't be exposed to this, but graphic violence in gaming, but I'm worried about
game over.
About how broad.
Game over, man! It's so vague. Apparently, if anything remotely looks humanoid in the game and you heard it, guess what's gonna happen? Baba-ya! No more monetization.
To evolve alongside the digital world, we're making these updates to keep pace with new trends like gambling with digital goods and to more closely align our guidelines for mature content with industry standards.
The industry standard. The reality is that they don't want to pay people anymore. That's all there is to it. They don't want to pay people anymore, so they're narrowing down the people who could get ad revenue. That's all this is. That's all I noticed YouTube have been doing for all these years. They censor videos with a lot of foul language. They censor games now. Like, you can only play certain games. And now, they're gonna even narrow it down. That if you play games that have, like, graphic violence, well, good luck. You're not gonna earn anything anymore.
So they start off with the online gambling first. Our current policy prohibits content that directs viewers to online gambling sites or applications that are not certified by Google.
That is understandable. Gambling is bad.
We're expanding our enforcement to now cover online gambling.
Yeah, no more 40K because it's brutal.
With additional items that have monetary value, including digital goods, video game skins, cosmetics, and NFTs. It sounds like this could be pretty catastrophic for
They're also trying to remove gacha gamers because that has a gambling aspect. So they're trying to castrate YouTube channels that rely on gacha games.
Whole CSGO gambling thing that is going on. Social casino content, we're updating our approach to casino style games where nothing of real world monetary value is wagered or cashed out. Content that depicts, promotes, or facilitates social casino sites will now be age restricted. And now...
Yeah, it's so fucking vague though. It's like, oh, he doesn't have any monetary value. That involves gacha games.
Graphic gaming content. In addition to our existing guidelines around graphic gaming content, we will age restrict an additional small subset of video game content.
They just don't want to pay us anymore! That's all there is to it!
Featuring realistic human characters that focuses on...
There you go. Featuring realistic human characters. Ananta hasn't even gone out, and it's already dead. Even GTA 6, man! If you stream it or even make a video out of it, you're not gonna earn anything!
Scenes of torture or scenes of mass violence against non-combatants. The first thing I thought of...
Non-combatant my ass! What the fuck?
Here is GTA. You know, obviously people play GTA, they walk around, they punch civilians for no reason, and let's say they beat up 5 civilians, I guess that would count as being mass violence against non-combatants. Other things that come to mind would be like in a Batman game, like let's say Arkham Knight, where Batman is interrogating a criminal, and obviously he's gonna have to torture them a little bit to get some information out of them. And would this scene be age restricted? I don't know. And the reason why I'm showing this right now is to not only show an example of what YouTube could mean, but I actually want to see if my own video will be age restricted just by showing this scene. Let's get to a little bit more of like a violent part. I guess that he's, you know, trying to break his wrist right there, and you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah, this means this whole video is already age restricted. Not only age restricted, but also non-monetizable.
Yeah.
They really don't want to pay people anymore. Oh, you're making content for us. Well, guess what? We're not paying you. But why?
That would be grounds for torture. torture, and I guess that would mean your video would get age restricted. Now, previously when they were talking about content that could be age restricted, they were going ahead and talking about videos that focus on just the violent part of video games. So for example, this is a video of a YouTuber named Deji reacting to Mortal Kombat fatalities with his dad. This video already has been age restricted, so I would imagine it would be videos like this. Well, that's what the old policy was. But
we're gonna react to Bluey.
now they've broadened their definition on what they consider graphic violent content, so they could be age restricting a lot of videos that wouldn't be normally considered super graphic or inappropriate for kids, such as that Batman game. We'll consider several factors when reviewing this type of content, such as duration, if the graphic scene is sustained rather than fleeting. For compilation videos, we'll now consider the cumulative duration of
Yeah, so if any one of you are wondering why I'm switching up my content. No, what? Go Hellion! Why you go slap tubing? Here, I'm already showing you. This is the future. We're fucked!
all the graphic clips combined. So let's say you play Batman for, you know, an hour or something like that. If there's 15 minutes of torture scenes, I believe that would be grounds for them to age restrict your entire video. Prominence, if the violent imagery is zoomed in or is the main focus of the scene. And realistic human characters, if the violence is happening to a character that looks like a real
realistic human characters. If the violence is happening to a character that looks like a real human. Well, guess what? When you're playing Battlefield 6, who the fuck are you shooting? Huh? Guess who you're shooting? That guy gotta look like a human, right? Well, you're fucked.
I'm just gonna keep using Batman as an example because it's obviously, you know, a game, a character, a franchise that a lot of kids are interested in.
Yeah, this is the more obvious one, the more obvious example. But even Battlefield 6 is very obvious. It's gonna be targeted
as well, but just going based on YouTube's own words, this ticks the boxes of everything that YouTube is saying that they would be willing to age restrict on the platform. So what does this mean for us and our content? We expect most channels will experience little to no impact, but we know this is a lot of information. We want to ensure you have time to adapt. Something tells me that this is not true, but we'll see, right? Existing videos, the content uploaded before November 17, 2025 that violates these guidelines may be removed or age restricted, so they could actually just be removed from the platform as well, but will not result in a...
Yeah, there you go. Any video, existing video. There you go. Oh, well, Hellion, you're not playing a game tonight? I mean... My hands are tied!
Strike. Well, that's one silver lining. You won't get a strike for each time a video is removed or age restricted, but, you know, when a video is removed, obviously you can't make any money off of it, and you definitely can't make any money off of it if it's been age restricted either. Remember, age restricted videos can stay on your channel for 18+ audiences, but still, take my word for it. If you're...
Twitch is garbage. Twitch is actually sinking.
Video gets age restricted, you are going to make next to zero money on that video. They are giving you the option to make edits as well for creators who have content that's in scope of these updates. You may be able to edit.
Well, I would say Kick is actually gaining some popularity right now.
Your video description or use our video editor to trim or blur tools to make any necessary changes before November 17, 2025. Again, this would be extremely difficult for video games that focus more on those types of scenes. That Batman game comes to mind. GTA.
Yeah, especially when you're doing a takedown in Battlefield 6. That would focus heavily on what you're doing when you're sinking a knife on your opponent. Or using a hammer, for example. So, there you go.
Mortal Kombat, things like that. And notifications. If we age restrict or remove your content, we will notify you by email. If you disagree with the decision, you can always choose to appeal. Now, a website called The Verge has also made an article about this, and they actually provided some additional information that wasn't included in that YouTube blog post. They would bring up the points that we were just talking about, how they don't clarify if this applies to the violence seen in games like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and stuff like that. But a YouTube spokesperson did tell them in a statement that certain content may be age restricted if it's non-fleeting or zoomed in, adding that there may be ways that creators can choose to play the mission to avoid content that would lead to an age.
This is the pacification of America that I don't understand. There's literally no gore in Call of Duty or Battlefield. Yeah, there's some blood, but you might as well think it's ketchup. What is this bullshit, man?
So he's basically saying, yeah, I mean, if there's a mission where you know that there's going to be zoomed in violence that is going to be the focal point of the mission, you should probably just not play the mission. But obviously some videos...
Oh, wait, especially that scene, Call of Duty 6, if I remember. Where you're, choking a bitch. Choking a chicken! It's hard to be a streamer.
Video games, you have to play those missions. You're not going to be able to progress in the story without doing so. And they're doing the whole, it's for the kids thing that they always do with everything.
Yo, what the
age
fuck?
verification thing. So
Yo,
we get
it's
all that.
open!
We know that YouTube is going to be adamant on that point of view. But to be honest, as a gamer, all I can really think about is all the gaming
God,
channels out there.
Mortal
I have a strong feeling that a
Kombat!
lot of
Yeah,
gaming
I
channels out
forgot
there are
about
gonna be
that
heavily
one.
impacted by this. I know YouTube said, oh, don't worry, it's not going to affect too many people. They said the same thing about the age verification thing, and every single day.
All this because YouTube is so obese, so fucking fat. They don't want to trim down their employees, and they want to keep all the revenue they have from advertisements. So they're like, where can we cut costs? Right, the creators. What are they gonna do?
I keep getting more and more tweets and comments saying, yep, YouTube is asking me for age verification even though my channel is 15 years old or something like that. So it's just happening to more and more.
Oh yeah, my channel is age verified. They did ask me for my age.
People, a lot of times when they try to give us some sort of reassurance, like, hey, don't worry guys, if we're making this update, it's not going to affect a lot of people, so don't worry about it. I really feel like it will. I mean, I think that especially with a lot of games nowadays, obviously a lot of games are pretty violent, right? And in terms of graphic violence and stuff like that, to age restrict content and to age restrict the entire video, that completely not only kills the video's ability to do well in the algorithm, to get pushed out, to be pushed into recommended tabs, but also you won't make any money off the video anyways. Technically, an age restricted video is not demonetized, but it might as well be, because not many advertisers will advertise on it, and the video itself won't get a lot of views because, like I said, it's just not going to get pushed out.
Well, also for people who are still wondering why every platform, what do you call this one, media platform is like this, because they're still trying to sell to white liberal women. You know the white Karen that keeps annoying everyone? Yeah, that's who they're trying to advertise to. And I still don't get it, man.
In general. So let's go see some community reaction to this. The top Reddit post that's replying to this says, is YouTube really trying to find more ways just to piss everyone off? Because this is probably how they're going to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like, why are you guys trying to sell to white women? It's all this censorship is going on to. Like, for example, the biggest people, what do you call this one? The, not attacking. They really don't like video games at some point in America. And guess who is pioneering it or instigating it? Against games being too violent? White women.
They're trying to force more and more accounts to verify so they can link them to an identity. It is pure evil. That is true. Now remember that when a video is age restricted, YouTube is actually going to force you to prove that you're over 18 to be able to watch the video. So if you're logged out, you're going to have to log in. And if you're logged in and YouTube deems your account to be for a kid, they're actually going to make you prove
Hello, potato.
your identity and make sure that
Welcome
you're over
to
18
my
before
stream.
they allow you to watch a video. So just to connect the dots here a little bit, let's say that your favorite game.
Oh yeah. So you're telling me. Okay. So YouTube, you're telling me it's okay to see gay sex from Baldur's Gate, that bear sex scene. That's okay. But me playing Battlefield 6 is too much. Okay, I get the message.
YouTube replaced GTA 5, obviously a game that could actually qualify as what YouTube deems to be things that they could age restrict, and you're watching their videos and you all of a sudden realize that all of their videos have gotten age restricted, or at least the ones that show a lot of graphic violence, which like I said in GTA will be most.
What's the point of YouTube Kids if they're just gonna restrict the main YouTube? White women. The white women see this and you're like, oh my god, so children! What is it doing on YouTube, man? Think about the children! Fucking white women.
Most of the videos, you're now gonna have to log in, prove you're over 18, show some age verification just to watch some GTA 5. I mean, we're gonna be getting to that point on YouTube where they keep trying to push this narrative of protecting the kids, when in reality, there's still thousands of
Oh my
channels out there
gosh,
that just have
confirmed!
full-fledged nudity. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, YouTube has nudity for a while. Yeah, but those videos aren't age restricted. They're supposed to be. Those videos are supposed to be age restricted because full nudity is not supposed to be allowed to be just recommended to people on YouTube. And yet, what was one of the most viral channels of like the last week or two? Afro Zulu, which is this channel that only just got banned or maybe removed from the creator themselves after a bunch of people brought attention to it. Zero age restriction on any of the videos, even though they had full nudity in the thumbnails. But hey, YouTube's age verification is for the kids, right? So it just gets to the point where they make all these changes, you know, trying to restrict gambling and restrict graphic violence and stuff like that. And I said, you know, with the gambling thing, I actually agree with that. I really don't think the kids should be subjected.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It kind of spirals down. Or, how do I explain this? It kind of affects everyone, okay? So it comes down to this. It's basically useless mothers giving their children an iPad, right? Or a phone. And then they move their parenting, their responsibility to make sure their children aren't watching the content they're watching to YouTube, to us content creators. They're passing on the responsibility of keeping their children safe online.
Into having gambling videos.
So it's two-pronged issue. It's either, well, it's not either, it's actually both. The lazy-ass mothers giving away iPhones and iPads to their children, and then YouTube also wanting to keep the revenue. So it kind of helps. They have an excuse. And also their advertisers.
On their homepages and stuff like that. But don't make the argument that it's for the kids when you don't even moderate these channels that are getting millions of views per day without the entire community making a huge uproar about it.
Exactly! There you go! He said it!
Thousands of...
He said it! There you go!
Posts on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, everywhere for YouTube to finally take it down. And even then, we don't even know if YouTube banned them. They might have actually just taken down the channel themselves. So at the end of the day, YouTube can keep making these arguments about, oh, graphic content, and, you know, we want to make sure we keep the kids safe from violent video games and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we know that the age restriction is not going to just be on violent video games. It's not just going to be on scenes that are focusing on the violence. YouTube's AI moderation gets stuff wrong all the time. And when they should be trigger happy and actually banning stuff like that Afro Zulu channel, they don't. I've actually been sent more channels that are exactly like that Afro Zulu channel where they have full nudity in the thumbnails, but I feel like I'm not even, like, it's not even worth it for me to make a video on them because one, I usually get age restricted or demonetized just for talking about it, and two, YouTube's just not going to do anything about it anyway. So it just gets to the point where they can make all these...
It is motivated by money. They're cutting down costs by moving that responsibility or the cost-cutting measure on creators by what do you call this one? Trying to narrow down who could be monetized. So now we'll just have to play like Harvest Moon or The Sims because everything else is violent.
Changes with gaming and all that, but I feel like it's really going to hurt gaming creators even when they're not really doing anything wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully YouTube is true and this actually will affect...
I think the money is the public reason, but I don't think that's the actual reason. That's just being conspiratorial.
Little to no content
I mean, the mere fact they keep saying it's for the children, it's for children's safety, that alone is already conspiratorial. They're just using it as an excuse. But the reality is, they wanted more money.
Creators in terms of monetization and their video growth, but I guess time will tell, right? So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Please do leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. See ya.
Yeah, well, now you know why I'm not playing right now. It is because of that. You're essentially not incentivizing me anymore to make a video about, you know, Battlefield 6 anymore. Yeah, they forced my hand because there is no incentive. Because I want to do it for fun, right? But I can do that without, having to record myself or even go online, go streaming. I could just do it, in my free time. So YouTube is not really incentivizing me anymore.
So today we have some very big updates regarding the Emiru and Mizkif situation. It appears that some new parties have been dragged into this situation, and the results of this are going to be, at the very least, chaotic.
And this is 2 hours ago. Can't be watching it!
Man, we have a lot to talk about today, don't we? I got a false community guideline strike from YouTube yesterday, and it killed my entire channel. As you can see over here, even though the strike was fake and they removed it, it didn't matter because they just murdered my entire channel. I really hate to be one of those people, but please do make sure that you guys are subscribed and notifications on. Please do leave a like on.
Yeah, I have 1,400 subscribers. But where the fuck are you guys? Well, except you guys on stream right now. I know you guys watch my videos. But everyone else, where are you guys? Guys! Where are you, man?
This video, leave a comment for engagement because, like I said, I'm fighting an uphill battle against the algorithm right now.
Yo,
I don't even know if I'll
Chucky
be able to
suck!
recover in general. So to give you guys a TLDR, yesterday morning,
They
I
looking
noticed
for
that one of
gameplay.
the videos that I had uploaded a few days ago got removed, and it was a video actually celebrating YouTube for removing a channel that was uploading inappropriate videos of kids. It was this video right over here. YouTube finally took action. Now in this video, I was just saying, hey, good job to YouTube for removing this channel that I had told them about called Royal Diamonds that was uploading those weird videos. And in this video, I also urged them, hey, you guys can't allow a channel like that to be up for 8 months without taking it down. I mean, that's just bad. I mean, so many people saw those videos.
Clan Blood, I just checked my subscriber count and it was at 31 last time I saw. It was 28. Oh, you got followers. Fucking hate ads though, have to use brave for that. Oh, come on! Jinwa!
It had 5 million views as a channel, and I was talking to YouTube support and trying to get them to take it down as soon as possible. So when they finally did, I made this follow-up video right over here and basically said, yeah, good job. I mean, I really hope you guys will do better in terms of making sure channels like this get taken down faster, but better late than never, so good job.
Yeah, YouTube is kind of weird. They don't like a certain content, right? But they will put it on mainstream because people consume it. And even the people themselves, they hate slop tubing. Like what I'm doing right now, right? They hate reaction channels. But they watch it! It's like, what am I supposed to do?
Decided me,
And even YouTube,
my last
YouTube is
few
like, oh man, these guys are cheating the system. Oh, really not.
videos on trying to protect kids was me endangering kids. So they went ahead and striked
But
me
it's
for
good. It's a
violating
good
their
thing
child
that YouTube actually removed that content that he was talking about, because YouTube, its moderation team, I think, is asleep all the time.
safety policies. I got this wonderful email over here at 1 in the morning on November 4th, and they said, yep, we took down your video. It didn't follow community guidelines. And to help keep our community safe, we removed it from YouTube. We think your content didn't follow our child safety policy. Yeah, the video of me thanking YouTube for taking down a predatory channel and urging them to do better in a video that I showed no nudity and 0 nudity. Yeah, they took it down and strike my whole channel. So I couldn't post, upload, live stream for a week. Most of you guys didn't even know what was.
Yeah, I do have this very sneaking suspicion that a lot of, PDFs support each other in all these media branches. Like, they do this kind of thing, like for example Roblox. And then on YouTube they do the same thing. On Twitch they do the same thing. They protect each other. Damn, what a world we live in.
was happening. Yesterday was an incredibly busy day for me. I was trying to actually solve everything and try to get everything sorted out. I couldn't tell you guys about it on YouTube because, like, as you just saw in that email, I couldn't post, I couldn't upload or anything. So all I could do, like a jackass, I was just editing some of my old community posts and trying to, you know, give you guys some updates. And, you know, I wasn't even allowed to post.
Oh, let's go in.
So all I did was post on Twitter and Discord. That's the only two options that I had. So I was tweeting about it regularly, trying to give you guys updates.
There is a new system going around. Apparently they don't count the lurkers anymore.
Is Twitch counting lurkers? This has been a question that has been asked a ton on social media over the last couple weeks. That has led to a lot of fear, uncertainty, concern, and some level of misinformation out there that is really, really hard to address. Now, I made a post about it, trying to talk about it and say, hey, look, I don't think that they're not actually counting, not counting lurkers, but perhaps our definition of lurker.
Yeah, I had a couple of lurkers, and I did notice that once they do say lurk, even if they're watching the stream on the side, like on the different screen, but the moment you say you're lurking, you don't count as a viewer. I think that's how it works.
Needs to be modernized. But now seems like a great time to start talking about this again, because we actually do have an update coming directly from Twitch, which includes some new information that I think provides a lot of clarity, or some level of clarity, maybe not a lot of clarity. I think people will still have questions after seeing this, but I think it will provide more clarity than previously was available. Here's the post. We're going to read through it, and I'm going to stop at various points to ultimately explain a little bit more about what is being said here. Regarding view counts on Twitch, this is from the Twitch NA Partners Discord, we've gotten a lot of questions about viewership and the impact of our viewbot mitigations. And we've heard from some creators that they've observed unusual drops in their view counts. When we made updates to our viewbot detection tools earlier this year, our goal was to make sure that view counts represent actual viewership and aren't artificially inflated in any way. Having accurate view counts is important for streamers who are trying to build their audiences and for the live streaming industry more broadly. Now, when they first made this announcement, they did it back in July that they were going to be making an update.
Like, I get it. For the bot viewing, that's a good thing. But for lurkers, come on!
In August, to ultimately detect view bots and try to remove them from the platform. I made a video about it then, and I said the reason that they were likely going to be doing this is because of Twitch's new sponsorship product. Everything about every single decision, I think this is kind of an important thing for people to know. Twitch's decisions are largely based around finances, okay? And
yeah,
they have a different system for ads. They've admitted that. Whether people want to believe them or not, I can't control that, but they have a different system for ads, which is why when you get your when your stream ends, you don't get a immediate amount of ad revenue. That amount changes over the next 24 to 48 hours until you get a finalized number because of the fact that they have to make sure that the views of those ads were authentic. The reason why they're addressing viewbots now is because they have the new product, which is sponsorships. This one, that currently for the vast majority of people is only Stream Elements campaigns, but they do want to be selling them directly to creators themselves. And they've already done a couple literally within the last week. One was for 2XKO, one was for Blue something or other, and there's been like Pellet.
Oh, so that's why Chaser was doing one.
Had one, but they want to do a lot more of those. The problem that I think that they're facing with advertisers is advertisers are saying, hey, look, we want to see like the legitimate numbers here. We're not going to pay for a number that is inflated through viewbots. And so Twitch, in order to be able to sell these ads, sponsorships, they have to have more legitimate public live numbers, not numbers that they can go back retroactively and adjust, because that's not good for the creator. If I am going to be doing a sponsorship for $500, I want to make sure that I'm getting $500 and that it's not going to be retroactively.
I mean, to be fair, the advertisers do have the right to ask, is it genuine people watching this motherfucker? But at the same time, if it's an actual person just lurking, why would you discount a lurker from the views? Why? Wait, are you telling me they're gonna start policing people's, eye tracker? They want you to actually look at the ad. What is fucking wrong with these people, man?
Oh, well, we actually saw 20% view bots, so you're only getting 400. No, that's not how it should work. A contract is the amount of money. So
Must be debilitating as a streamer if you think you're getting way less viewers than you. Yeah! Hell yeah, man! You only see like 10 people watching you, you're like, damn.
they need to make sure that there's authenticity in these actual numbers, which is
I'm like, at my lowest point, I think I got like only 5 people watching. And I'm not even sure if those were real people. It might just be moderator bots or something. A mod botter. Just think, they're just, what do you call this one? Scanning for foul language.
is why they're addressing it now. We recognize
Yeah, so that is my lowest point, like 5 viewers. The lowest lately was like 9.
is that for a lot of our creators, Twitch is a livelihood, and we don't take that lightly. Addressing view bots is a balancing
Nah, you guys are taking it lightly.
act. We want to identify artificial views without affecting real viewers, and that's a constant tension. We continue to evolve our systems to get better at spotting and removing view bots, while making sure we're counting
Yeah, view botting is bad.
real viewers accurately. We really appreciate the feedback and questions. I don't think they do, but okay.
But removing lurkers from the view count, that is foul. Especially when the person is literally commenting on the streams like, hey guys, I'm gonna watch the stream, but I'm just gonna lurk. They're a literal person.
as they help us keep improving how we do this. We've seen a lot of different theories about why some view counts may have shifted, and want to address some of those some of the most prominent directly.
Commenting.
There's been a lot of conversation about how lurkers are counted. A lot of factors can impact viewership over time, including ad blockers, which this does have a level of impact that they mention a little bit later exactly how it does. And we've seen some recent...
Yeah, there was, like, some time I was, like, talking to a couple of friends of mine. Because everyone uses ad block like me. Right? But the problem is, if you're trying to support someone, like a creator, like you know them, would you still use ad block?
examples of this. Again, we'll talk about it shortly. Seasonality, which with the fact that
Bear,
it is
stop!
back to school season, most schools in North America, in the UK, in Germany, and France, everybody has back to school in the time period of August, September. So there's some level of understanding that does occur. If you look at the historical trends, if we go back here, you can kind of see there's July,
Yay!
August, September, it's down. August, September, it's down. August,
Correct.
September, it's down.
Stop.
It does sometimes spike up, as you can see here, from October to November. Even historically, August, September, it's down. Okay? So there is a lot of historical evidence of September typically being a bad month. As people go back to school, as people go back to work, as people are no longer on summer vacations, etc., there's just a lot less people who are available to watch streams. And whether you recently hosted an event on your channel. After some investigation by our teams, we've identified one factor that may be impacting several streamers. Some viewers use third-party browser extensions to view streams. Okay, this is a big one.
Yeah, no,
And-
that's interesting.
Again, without...
Oh, wait! Wait. I think I know what they're referring to on this one. Discord! Yeah, they tried to screw someone over. I forgot who it was.
As I've looked into this, as I've looked into the people who have said that they've had viewership decline,
Wait, I think it was H3.
I think there's some pretty clear answers for why this is occurring. Third-party browser extensions that allow you to view streams. That means things like TeamStream, where you can watch multiple streams at the same time.
Why would you do that? Multiple streams? Yo!
Things like Holodecks, which allows you to watch multiple streams at the same time. That's things like multi-stream. That's things like multi-watch. That's things like Twitch Theater. That's things like all of those things allow you to add a whole bunch of different streams into one.
Yeah, that sounds like ADHD. When one streamer is getting boring, they just switch to another streamer and you're like, oh yeah, ADHD, yay, tickled my brain.
One overall experience that you're watching. That is going to look to Twitch like somebody is doing something that is view-bot-ish, okay? And then there's...
But anyway, I think I'm gonna switch on a subject on that matter. But you guys get it. It's kind of like looking bad for me. I'm getting cooked!